Welcome to the BRIT School's virtual open evening for Key Stage 4 students. It's lovely to have you here. I wish you could be in Selhurst, but you're not. You're at home or somewhere watching this, and it's great to have you here. We're really looking forward to explaining the school to you. I'm Stuart Worden. I'm the principal of the BRIT School. For me, it's the greatest job in the world. I've been working here for 25 years, and I fell in love with this place because there's something happening here which makes this school very unique, very special, and now this is a very successful school. So let me just talk you through what the BRIT School is all about. So what we're looking for here is original young people. Don't worry if you're watching this and you go, well, hang on a minute, I'm not original yet. We'll help you. We'll help you with these values and these qualities that BRIT School believes in. Another sort of one of our values is about responsibility, and at BRIT School we mean responsible in two ways. I suppose the first way we mean is, are you responsible to take hold of this school? This is your school. We are currently filming in your theatre. It's your recording studio, it's your Apple Mac studios, it's your art rooms, it's your TV station. So can you be responsible to take hold of this school and make of it good stuff for you going forward? The other responsibility we're all about here is about the responsibility to the bigger world, to society. We believe that if you have a gift, and you guys, you have talent, you have a gift, are you going to share that with others? Are you going to be responsible enough to use your skill to improve the lives of others? The third thing we're known for at the BRIT School is to be ambitious. But I think this school thinks that young people are amazing. We believe that we will do our very best not to put any obstacles in your way. Because once you put an obstacle in a young person's way, they sort of think, oh, I can't achieve that. Oh, it's not going to be possible. And you know, don't you, from our track record of successful students in all fields of the arts, in all fields of education, you know that you can achieve amazing things at this school, and we will help you do that. This is an inclusive school. It is free. No one pays to come here. It means that everyone's welcome. A brilliant thing about a school being free is that it doesn't really matter what your social circumstances or how much money your parents earn. I firmly believe that everyone should be entitled to a great education. I also really believe that the arts should be available to everyone, not just the people that can afford it. So you're all welcome here, regardless of your social background, regardless of your race or your gender or your sexuality or your religious beliefs. Everyone is welcome at the BRIT School. And the final thing we believe in is kindness. There is a kindness here, because if you create a society or you create an atmosphere or a culture where kindness is at the start of every decision you make, then you can relax. And once you can relax, you can start to really express yourself and really be the person you want to be. So the BRIT School is like a village. It's a place, it's a home. And inside that village, there are many buildings that make this place what it is. And on this slide, you can see just 6 of the places that that will be part of your lives if you come to the BRIT School. So the famous BRIT School tree, it's where students meet in the morning, it's where they go at break time to talk about their lessons or to perform or just to hang out or skateboard. Like a normal school, we have science labs, we have classrooms. This film is taking place in the BRIT Theatre, which is now into its 9th year. We have 3 theatres at the school and a huge number of studios that you will perform in, you'll exhibit your artwork in, you'll show your films in, you'll do community classes in. And in the corridors of the BRIT School that you're going to walk around virtually as you go through these videos, you'll see the artwork coming off the walls. This is a school where we have so many artists in the visual arts and design department, and we like to show that artwork off on our walls, in our corridors, which are alive with young people performing, chatting, rehearsing, discussing, arguing. So yeah, walk through the BRIT School village, you'll walk through the corridors that are alive with young people and creativity. But you can also go to our Apple Mac rooms. If you're a designer or a filmmaker here, you'll be using top of the range Apple equipment. Apple again are another friend of ours. And many of the rooms at the BRIT have got some of the best equipment. So there's some of the BRIT School village. Just sort of talking that through, you won't get that map just yet because it's like looking at the London Underground, but it just kind of shows you that the BRIT School is a big building, but it's a building that's full of different studios and theatres and practice rooms for you, so that you can be the best artist and the best student you want to be. At the top is the BRIT Trust. The BRIT Trust is our sponsor. The BRIT Trust came up with the idea of the BRIT School. So why would you want to come here? Well, let's just go through that. Well, that's the first of these things, is that it's free to attend. We love that fact. It means that some of you parents that are currently paying for your child's education, you don't have to do that anymore. And for those young people that would never be able to have an opportunity to work in a recording studio or have the equipment that we have, it's now yours. But this is a free school to attend. We're academically rigorous. Our exam results for the last 15 years have continued to be well above the national average. Let's not pretend that the only thing we do here is rehearse, perform, exhibit, paint and be artistic. To be artistic and be successful these days, you have to be academically rigorous at GCSE, at AS and at A-level, and our results can prove that. So be prepared to go on an academic and a rigorous education that prepares you for HE, prepares you for university and for the world. The great thing here, of course, is that all the teachers are professionals. And by that I mean your dance staff are choreographers, your art staff are painters and sculptors, your IDD members of staff have worked in the effects industry at the highest level. Your theatre teachers are actors and directors and playwrights. These are people who know what they're talking about. And I think the nice thing here is that this is a family. It's a family of talented individuals, and it's kind of all about collaboration, and ultimately that family produces this atmosphere. Now, you can't be here tonight to be part of this atmosphere, but ask around, talk to the people that go here, talk to the students that have been here, and they will tell you that this place is kind. They will tell you that this place is friendly, that it's full of love. We always say that this place is inclusive. You've heard me say it earlier, it's open to everyone. But if you are a racist or a homophobe or an Islamophobe or a misogynist or a transphobe, you won't be happy here. You won't be welcome. This is a place where we need you to be free, to be able to be yourself and to be able to communicate. And perhaps the last one that people know is once BRIT, always BRIT. I love the fact that your journey does not stop here. This film that we're making in this theatre today has 3 former BRIT School students working on it, on camera, lighting and sound and production. So I won't be able to talk through all of these slides behind us, but just to highlight a couple about what we really believe in. Next to the photograph of those students is a young girl working on a lovely piece of Apple equipment, okay? And what she's doing there, she's actually performing live. She's an IDD student. She's in the Apple store in Regent Street. A musician is performing in the Apple store, and she, working on the iPad, is doing an artistic response to that live, and that's being broadcast around all the Apple stores. Just let me go to the other photograph, which is the BRIT School at Pride, once again echoing our inclusivity and our kind of power and our desire to be ambitious, that young people should be themselves. There we are. We were the first school ever to march at Pride, and we will keep on marching with Pride, working with Stonewall now and forever. The other photograph is a visual arts and design response to COVID. It became a student's kind of ambition to use sort of the intellectual discussions that were happening around self-preservation at the beginning of COVID to create a pamphlet that was to help people through the COVID crisis. COVID has been tough. I mean, it's been tough for us. It's been tough for all of you watching. But one thing that has just inspired me, and I think it's inspired all of us, is how the BRIT School students have responded to COVID. So we set up a part of our website called BRIT Now, and I urge you to click on that tonight, tomorrow, next time you have a chance, and have a look at the artwork the students are producing. Look at the songs that they're writing. Look at the creativity that they're sharing. And they did that all themselves from their bedroom, just encouraged by us to find a place to express themselves. We've had well over 100 masterclasses. Actors like Archie Madekwe, lovely Tom Holland, aka Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. He turned up and did a class from his house. We've had designers like Ez Devlin turn up, the costume maker for Killing Eve. Lucy Dickens, who's one of the biggest agents in the world, gave up her time to sort of talk to the music students. Just want to talk you through some of our friends that will be here for you from the industry, and there's some big names there. It's great that the BBC loved the BRIT School. It's great that ITV have offered our students work experience, that our theatre students go and perform at the Royal Shakespeare Company, that Andrew Lloyd Webber's theatre, the Other Palace, often gives up its spaces for our students to perform or to go and watch events. These are incredible friends for you, and they will be friends that will help you on your career. And we're very grateful for their support. So what is the curriculum like at Key Stage 4? Again, you might well have already researched this, but let me just talk you through this. You have your strand. This is what you apply for. It's the kind of student that you are. So you need to choose from one of those 7 strands, and you will be in that strand. You'll be studying that for up to 5-6 hours a week, and you'll really go in depth in that subject. But very important to the BRIT School is core. Core is at the heart of who you are as well. English literature, mathematics, science, these valuable skills, these valuable subjects that we're very good at teaching, and we're really looking forward to you learning. There's also part of our core is our PPD program, our personal professional development, to help guide your career, help guide you as a person, help you learn life skills, and be part of a community. But very importantly at BRIT School is our options. This is crucial, and it's what makes us very different from other schools, is the range of options that you can take. Look at that large group of options. Okay, you can take 3 options at the BRIT School. That's powerful. Okay, in the arts, also academic subjects like history, languages, triple science, they're in there. We have upskillers in English and in maths. And it's very important that you can see your future as being quite wide and broad at the BRIT School. So there is strand, there is core, and there are options. And to understand strand, by the way, we've just got that note there which makes it clear that strand is worth 1 GCSE, which you can gain between a grade 7 to a grade 9 as a GCSE equivalent. What does a BRIT School student have? You might not have all of these qualities, by the way, so don't get too intimidated, but do you want them? Can you show them? There is nothing wrong with enthusiasm. It's what people employ. We, of course, need you to be committed. Lots of people want to come to this school, and we want those with real commitment and who are motivated, who want to deliver great artwork, a great community arts project. Now, when it's tough, you've got to get going. So we need you to have that kind of motivation in all art forms at the BRIT. Aptitude is your skill. We look forward to seeing that skill, and we will look forward to improving that and developing that with you. Kindness is important to us. As I think I've said earlier, if you're a bully, you'll be really unhappy in this school because you'll have no power. Kindness is important because we need that when we're creating art. And we need resilience. By that we need sort of staying power. We need people who can get up and get on. There might be some knockbacks. You may even have some failures at BRIT School, which is a good thing, and we need you to be able to cope with that and get on to the next thing. We need you to have a good record of attendance and punctuality. Now, I want to be quite honest with you. Some young people we know aren't enjoying school where they currently are. And that might mean that your attendance isn't as great. Our attendance here on average is about 95%. That's what we're aiming for. And if your attendance at your current school is below that, we'll have to ask you the question, why is that? And we know that some of you, as I say, won't be enjoying your current school. Many of you will be, but we will need to talk about that. And you have to be punctual. You have to turn up on time. In this industry, to be late is unacceptable, it's unforgivable, and to be late here, it just doesn't work. You can't be late for rehearsals, you can't be late for your art class, you can't be late for your community arts kind of workshop. You have to be on time, it's vital. And we love this sense of responsibility. Can we give you the TV studio and say, go and make a television programme, and know that the building will be safe and fine by the time you've left? Can we put you inside the recording studio and say, go and record a song, give you a theatre to light or an art studio to paint in, and it to be safe? So have you got that responsibility with you? And just check in on your journey. The days are long at BRIT. We open the doors at 7:30. We expect people starting at 9 o'clock to be here by 8:30, 8:45, and the days are long. Have you got that staying power? You might think, oh yeah, I've got the enthusiasm, but can you? So, we don't really want people travelling too long distances to come here. It's why, in some reasons you'll be asked how long's your journey. At Key Stage 4, there will be a number of things in place for you that will help guide you, support you, be there for you and help you grow and learn and to be the best student you can possibly wish to be. So let's just go through some of those things. First of all, it's important that you know you'll have a tutor. That's a tutor with you for 2 years and a whole dedicated kind of pastoral team at Key Stage 4 around you. You'll have a head of year helping to support you. You'll have a pastoral program which I think is second to none. It's individual, it's bespoke, it will give you lessons in life, it will give you lessons in careers, and it will help and kind of guide and grow, and you'll have a number of exciting assemblies that you attend as well as part of that support program. We'll have a counselling service here for you if you should require it. We think it's very important that sometimes, in difficult circumstances, young people need a person to speak to that isn't their teacher, isn't their family, and our counselling service will be there to support and help you. It's very important for all students and parents to understand that we have a large and significant AEN department at the BRIT School. We call that our Additional Educational Needs Department. Other schools call that their SEN department, Special Educational Needs, but it is known as the AEN department, and they are here to help you in your lessons, give you one-on-one support, give you small group support to help you be the best student you possibly can be. We report frequently here. 3 times a year in year 10, twice in year 11. There are parent consultation meetings, which I think are extremely important. So that's twice a year you're invited into the school to meet tutors, meet staff and talk about your child's development. And we have a very successful parents forum that meet at least 3 times a year, and you can be part of that parents forum and giving ideas, being part of the social network of BRIT parents as well. And of course there are all the performances, events and exhibitions that you can attend. So we start at 9. We expect students on site before 9 o'clock, and we tend to finish at 3:45, except on Fridays where we finish at 1:15. Times of lessons differentiate. They're sort of based on the subject, so maybe long rehearsals and short maths lessons. And you have a daily check-in with your tutor, which is important. And our lunch break is 45 minutes, which we think is plenty time enough to rest, catch up, have some food, and then get on with the rest of your school day. There are a number of enrichment and extracurricular activities involved with the school. As you can imagine like this, there is many things to do after school if you wish to, and your child is invited to be part of them. The BRIT School runs a 5-term year, has done since we've opened. It's always been very successful. We have 8 weeks on and 2 weeks off, so students can have a real proper break, and there's usually a shorter summer term of 4 to 5 weeks off over the summer term. We don't have any bells or uniforms here because we find bells restrictive and uniform is unhelpful. The catchment area is there. We're going to leave that slide for a little while so you can just check that your catchment area is included. It's pretty much the whole of London, some bits of Kent, some bits of Surrey. If you're not on that catchment area, don't be worried, because every year we take a percentage of young people from outside of the area, outside of the catchment. You'd have to be very motivated. You'd have to have probably a real strong commitment and passion for your subject. But we are really interested in seeing students who apply from out of the area. But remember, of course, it is a competitive school. More people are applying for places here than we have on offer. So if you're applying for Key Stage 4, here's the application process. I would urge all of you, parents and students, to read our admissions policy in detail so you understand the detail of the admissions process. But here are the headlines. You can only apply for one course, for one strand. So make sure it's the strand for you that you can study for the next 2 years. It may even be for 4 years, mightn't it? You might go on to study here at post-16. And we hope you're already thinking about that. You must fill in your own form. Parents, we know you'll want to help, and of course you must help them with the application form, but it must be your words, student, that you type into that application form. Forms are online, and please be using that online facility. And if you're applying For Key Stage 4, you must include a copy of your most recent Year 8 report, and we will look at that in depth and in detail and maybe ask you questions about it when it comes to the interview. Kind of lastly, it's important that you know that we'll then most likely invite you to a workshop. These take place throughout from December to the end of March, and the Key Stage 4 ones tend to be near the end of March. We will endeavour to get you an answer 4 weeks after you've attended that workshop about whether you've been successful or not. And Key Stage 4 students, your deadline is the 11th of January 2021. So get that application in by the 11th of January 2021. We'll look at it really seriously. We're going to take you very seriously, and good luck. Take your time, and we're looking forward to reading all about you. And sort of just to close, if you want any further information, we've got Strand talks from every subject that you can watch. And I would encourage you, even if you think you just want to do the theatre course, look at the other courses. Even if you think, oh yes, I definitely know I want to do the IDD course, look at the other courses. It's important that you do. You'll also be able to make contact with our Pathways, Pastoral Careers and Additional Educational Needs teams. They're also very available virtually to talk you through what the BRIT School has to offer. And of course, we are very present on YouTube and Instagram, and we encourage you to follow us on social media as from now if you haven't done so beforehand. There you'll see information about our former students, current projects we're doing. It's important that you're up to speed with what the BRIT School is doing, because this school could be your school. So consequently, you really must be aware of the activities and follow us in that way. So there's the ways you can follow us. We're on Insta, we're on Twitter and Facebook, and we would encourage you as parents and as students, of course, to follow us and to engage in that way. Well, thank you so much for watching this virtual open evening. I hope it's got some ideas in there that inspire you. I hope that you think, oh, well, I've got a better understanding of the school, but you must ask around. Talk to former students. You can get hold of them very easily. You can find out what the BRIT School meant to them. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to us if you apply. There's a rumour out there, there's a myth that it's really impossible to get into the BRIT School. It isn't. Lots of people do apply, but lots of people are very successful and they enjoy their time here, and I hope you make that decision to apply. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll look forward to seeing you really soon.